The Silences of the Palace is a masterful film directed by Moufida Tlatli, which depicts the experiences of women in Tunisia during the post-colonial era. Set in the 1960s and 70s, the film tells the story of Alia, a talented singer who works in a nightclub in Tunis and discovers that she is the illegitimate daughter of a wealthy man named Prince Sid Ali. As Alia comes to terms with her complicated family history, the film explores the complex and often fraught relationships between mothers and daughters in Tunisian society. At the same time, it offers a searing critique of the patriarchal structures that continue to shape the lives of women in the wake of colonialism. One of the most striking aspects of The Silences of the Palace is the way it uses space to convey the emotional lives of its characters. The film is set in a palace where Khadija, Alia's mother, worked as a servant, and where Alia and Sid Ali's legitimate daughter, Layla, were both born. This setting is both a refuge and a prison for the women, a place where they can seek solace from the world outside but also a space that embodies the power dynamics that constrain their lives. The Silences of the Palace was the first feature film directed by Moufida Tlatli, a Tunisian filmmaker who had previously worked as an editor and assistant director on several other films. The movie was made in 1994 and was a critical and commercial success, both in Tunisia and internationally. Tlatli wrote the screenplay for the film, drawing on her own experiences growing up in Tunisia in the aftermath of colonialism. The story was inspired in part by her memories of visiting the palace of a wealthy family where her mother worked as a seamstress. Tlatli faced several challenges in making the film, including securing financing and finding a suitable location to film. She ultimately decided to shoot the movie in a real palace in Tunis, which had been abandoned for several years and required extensive renovations before it could be used as a film set. In casting the film, Tlatli sought out actresses who could convey the emotional complexity of their characters, particularly Alia and Khadija. She ultimately chose Hen Sabri and Amel Hedhili for the roles, both of whom delivered powerful performances that helped make the film a success. The film was shot over the course of several months, with Tlatli and her team working long hours to capture the complex and nuanced relationships between the characters. Despite the challenges, Tlatli has said that making The Silences of the Palace was a deeply fulfilling experience, and one that allowed her to explore the themes and issues that were most important to her as a filmmaker and a woman. Despite its critical and commercial success, The Silences of the Palace was not without its challenges and controversies. One of the biggest challenges faced by the film was the issue of censorship. At the time the movie was made, Tunisia was under the rule of President Zine El Abidine Ben Ali, whose government was known for its strict control over the media and its suppression of political dissent. Tlatli was aware that her film was likely to be subject to censorship, and took great care to navigate the system and ensure that the story was told as she intended. Another challenge faced by the film was the reaction of some Tunisian audiences, who were uncomfortable with the frank portrayal of issues like sexual harassment and abuse. The film's depiction of the way in which women's bodies were objectified and commodified, even by members of their own families, was seen by some as controversial and inappropriate. Despite these challenges, The Silences of the Palace remains a celebrated film in Tunisian and international cinema, and has been credited with paving the way for a new generation of Tunisian filmmakers to tell their own stories on the world stage. The film's honest portrayal of women's experiences and its critique of patriarchal structures continue to resonate with audiences around the world, making it a powerful and enduring work of art. The Silences of the Palace is a richly layered film that explores a range of themes and issues, including the legacy of colonialism, the intersection of class and gender, and the struggle for self-expression and agency. Here are some of the key moments in the film that help to bring these themes to life. The film opens with Alia, a young singer, returning to the palace where she was born and raised. As she explores the empty rooms and corridors, memories of her childhood come flooding back, including her relationship with her mother, a servant in the palace. This scene sets the stage for the film's exploration of memory, identity, and the ways in which the past informs the present. Throughout the film, Alia's singing is a source of beauty and power, allowing her to express herself and connect with others. Her performances are also a reminder of the limits placed on women's self-expression in the patriarchal society of the palace, where women are expected to be silent and obedient. One of the film's most harrowing moments is the scene in which Khadija, a servant in the palace, is raped by the master of the house. This scene highlights the brutal reality of women's vulnerability in a society where men hold all the power, and the ways in which sexual violence is used as a tool of oppression. In a powerful scene near the end of the film, Alia confronts her father, demanding to know why he abandoned her and her mother. This scene is a powerful exploration of the tension between tradition and modernity, as Alia refuses to be silenced by the patriarchal norms of the society in which she lives. The film ends with Alia leaving the palace for the final time, setting out on a journey to discover her own voice and identity. This scene is a powerful affirmation of the human desire for self-determination, and a reminder that even in the most oppressive of societies, there is always the possibility of hope and transformation. Overall, The Silences of the Palace is a powerful and moving film that illuminates the struggles and triumphs of women in Tunisia. It highlights the complexities of mother-daughter relationships and the ways in which gender and class intersect in shaping women's lives. The film is a testament to the resilience and strength of women in the face of adversity, and a tribute to the power of storytelling to bring those experiences to light.